the title of our report, Business Unusual, reflects the spirit of the times. There's a war waging in Europe. We have seen the largest forced displacement of people on the European continent since the 1940s. Global value chains are being upended by political tensions. And then there are these high levels of debts taken on by firms, which means that now in an environment of higher interest rates and a downturn, there is a real risk of many of these firms not being able to deal with this debt burden.
Yeah, I mean, you've tied a lot of thematics together there, Beata. So you've got war, you've got high levels of debt and zombie companies, plus you've got big changes to supply chains not from war situations, but potentially cold-ish war situations as well. Is there any good news?
Well, this reorganization of the global value chains that started happening may be good news for emerging Europe. As in the medium term, firms in the European neighborhood can capture a larger share of the Western European market. We see that German firms are already reshaping their value chains. They are adding new suppliers, and they plan to do more in the year to come. And actually, the same is happening in emerging Europe. Firms are keeping larger inventories. They are diversifying their supply base because they know that the cost of inaction is now higher than the cost of boosting resilience.
We've done with globalization then, Beata, because we were sold a promise that free trade and global trade was a pure positive. And yet, as we talk about friendshoring, reshoring, remaking supply chains, we're basically talking about autarky and governments having much more focus on national resources rather than free trade. How is that a broad positive for Europe and for the planet?
Well, we are not talking about autarky, because bringing all of the production back to your home country is not solving the resilience challenge. Every country is subject to weather shocks, to strikes, to other disruptions. So building resilience can only happen through diversification. And diversification in many cases now will mean having China plus one supplier. That means having a supplier in China and, in addition, another supplier in the European neighborhood. So if there is another lockdown in China or another disruption to shipping, you can rely more on the supplier that's nearby rather than the one that's far away.